and the high levels of ibuprofen. The other things I have consumed in my life is bug spray, glow stick fluid, Windex, the nail polish quick dry stuff, and like also just a lot of nail polish, because for years whenever I'd be painting my nails, if they got a little smudge, I was always told you can just lick it back into place, and then people were like, you're just essentially just like licking like chemical paint into your body, and I'm like, well, it's too late now. So like I said, my stomach is either paper thin or so strong that I can withstand so much. And we'll find out, honestly. We'll find out.
Well, you won't.
Today?
Everyone else will find out. I won't be there. But it'll be fine.
Oh my God.
Wow.
The Windex is... I'm happy you're here.
Listen.
I don't know how this still affects me after this is the second time live on air you have given me this list.
It's at least second time. At least.
Listen.
Raph, the Windex, that was the one. Not
the coins. The coins.
The coins I get, okay?
The coins you get.
Listen, do you know what? Have you ever like just put a bunch of pennies in your mouth? Do you know what that sensation is like?
No. It's horrible, I assume.
It's not. It's actually fantastic.
I don't believe you. I don't believe that.
Oh, God.
You're not alone here. Steph's got your back, dude. Steph's got your
Just
back.
a single penny. A single penny.
One penny.
Oh, pug.
Oh, my God.
Listen.
Oh.
It's fine. I'm fine. I have
Money
made it.
is filthy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that is yes, correct.
My immune system is probably immaculate. Let's be real honest.
Yeah.
And that's probably true.
Probably.
Well, the Windex cleans all that out too, so.
Yeah. The Windex takes care of all those problems.
So does the hot citric acid.
Listen. God, I'm trying to be so good about eating lemons. I'm trying to be so good, but they were on sale the other day.
Your doctor told you not to.
My dentist told me not to.
Your dentist, yeah.
My dentist told me I had to stop. My dentist was like, you have to fucking stop.
You gotta cut it out.
Stop eating coins?
Lemons.
No, lemons.
Oh, okay. We're back to lemons. Okay.
No, you need to stop eating coins, Raph.
Yeah, but do you look when there's just like a pile on the table or something, do you still get tempted?
No. Mm-mm.
Sometimes if we're out and there have been drinks and there are like garnished lemons that have been like floating around in the cups, I eat them. I can't not. They're delicious and they're soaked in alcohol, so like.
That's fair.
Basically
as well, I'm
candied.
assuming.
Basically candy. One of my tricks, one of my little play games when I was bartending, I would take a wedge of lime and give it to a customer, and I would just like race them to see who could finish the whole thing first.
With the rind?
With salt?
Yes, everything.
The rind is fine, Will. You can eat it.
I
so
know
good,
you
actually.
can eat it.
It's great, especially the lime specifically. Me and lemon, not so much with the lime.
I mean, okay, that's fair.
The lemon rind is a little bit thicker than the lime.
Brazilian, what is it?
The Brazilian lemonade.
Brazilian lemonade, yeah. The limonada is with the peels. So I get that.
Yeah, you blend that shit.
Yes, sir.
Baby girl.
The captions are showing 3 question marks.
The caption said, y'all lost a lot.
I don't know what the fuck is happening.
The captions are like, I'm uncomfortable with this line of questioning.
It's like I didn't
The
ask for
captain said
this.
we're not putting this on record. Not going on record.
Raph, what do you think would be the best UK coin to eat?
Pence.
A hay penny?
I'm going to say, okay, I have a confession.
Have you?
I don't fucking know their coins, okay?
Oh.
And number 2, no. But number 2, 100% just the pound, because it looks like a candy. It's like it's got a fun little shape, and then it's gold on the outside and then silver on the inside. It looks like a little candy. You can
So
just
it's
put in your mouth.
tempting, is what I'm hearing.
It's
What
something.
what shape? Is it not a circle?
No, I don't think. I think like maybe one or two of their coins are circles. The rest of them are like hexagons.
Yeah, I was gonna say the little like.
Wild.
Yeah.
Okay. Crazy.
Yeah. We did. So Summers was given a I keep wanting to say dollar bill, pound bill. The fuck? That sounds stupid. God damn it,
note.
British people. Anyway, no, thank you. God, it still sounds dumb. Anyway, and it had Charles on it. It had fucking Charles on it. I scared away Peppa. It had Charles on it. The Queen, they said, it's over for you, babe. You've been in the ground at least a month. Flip them bills. Flip them bills.
Get off the money.
Get out of here. We need a blue Charles.
You're evicted.
And its current age, because the Queen's 5 pound was like young, sexy, young. Like in her like cutie era, right? This is like a raisin. It's on your note, dog. It's right.
Is
it like it's
staring at you?
You don't think Charles is in his cutie era?
No.
No.
Every time I see a picture of his portrait,
Skexy era maybe.
Skexy for sure. But every time I see a picture of his portrait, I just think of the second Ghostbusters movie with the possessed painting. That's just all I think about. I just see that and I'm like, he's just going to ask somebody to give him a baby.
That's hilarious.
To extend his life. He's like, hand me a baby. I'm going to live forever.
Honestly, he's side-eyeing those grandchildren. He's fucking side-eyeing those children.
Mm-hmm.
Woof. Julia and I watched an episode of a TV show the other night where somebody got rizzed up by the ghost of Charles II.
I was so upset. The second I realized that it was the second, I was like, who's she fucking talking to? And they were like, it's Charles. And I was like, but which Charles? And then it was like, I was like, no, don't talk to him.
Don't talk to him.
Don't do it.
Don't look at him.
Don't do it. He's such a fucking mess. He's such a fucking hoe. He's gonna give you so many diseases.
It's true.
Incredible.
Put him on the 5 pound note, honestly.
They are colorful and pretty, and also different sizes, which is helpful.
Like all of the 5 pound notes are different sizes.
No. Their bills are color coordinated and size coordinated, which I appreciate.
It is kind of wild that we don't do that.
Yeah,
everywhere else does it.
I was gonna say, I have heard that like the U.S. currency is very difficult for the visually impaired.
Yeah.
So
because it's all the same size. Like, what's up with that?
Same color.
Well,
and you can't tell the difference between those men. Someone says Benjamin Franklin. I could be any of them, bro. I could be any of them. I don't fucking know.
I don't know who that man is.
I don't know that man. Would you want me to memorize his portrait to give you money?
I was trying to remember where I had heard Ben Franklin's name recently, and I was watching that new Dropout show, Smarty Pants.
Yes.
And they were making a case for why the bald eagle is a bad like American mascot, and they quote Ben Franklin talking about how it's an ignoble bird, and they were like, first of all, they called the Founding Fathers the most sexless boy band in all of history, and then they said that Benjamin Franklin was the only one they trusted because he was the slut of the group.
True.
He was a slut.
That is true.
Wasn't John Adams a slut too?
But not like Ben Franklin, or if so, his reputation did not.
John Adams
Benny J was
different.
Oh,
yeah, John Adams, also Hamilton. Hamilton was a little bit too.
Yeah,
a little bit fruity, a little bit sexless. It's fine.
Yeah, but Benjamin Franklin didn't have any reason to hide his slutting around.
It's true.
Everyone knew about it.
It's true.
That's fair. Wasn't it the vulture? Didn't he want the vulture?
Yeah. The turkey vulture is what
Which,
he said.
you know what?
Should have
been.
That's accurate and kind of rad.
They don't even use... The bald eagle screech is so fucking silly It's so fucking
It's like,
silly. They don't even
It's
use
a
it.
red-tailed hawk.
Yeah, it's a hawk. They don't even use
in
the
media,
eagle.
They use the red-tailed hawk shriek. That's here. If you've read Animorphs.
If you could wait, not to continue talking and not play, but if you turned into an Animorph, as in an animal, through your Animorph stages, what animal would you be like? Yeah, 3 hours. I'm here for it.
Raccoon.
Forever.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you have access. Okay, so you have access to your DNA, so you could then transform it back into yourself, a la Tobias. But
that's not how that works. Tobias had to be re-given the morphing power as a red-tailed hawk.
Okay,
so
let's say whatever, you have that ability. So what
okay.
What animal would you be like? First time morph. I'm morphing in this motherfucker, and I'm staying here. I'm staying right here.
Raccoon. Give me my little creepy hands.
Okay, Raph, so like you're saying if we could all get stuck as an animal by staying in it for 2 hours, not 3 hours.
Jesus.
And then you're saying go on a time traveling adventure with the Elemist, who would then give us morphing power back in the animal form that we're stuck with, and then we could turn back into ourselves?
Yeah, but only
suggesting all of us?
Okay, no, but you can't permanently turn back to yourself. I'm altering the lore. This is what K.A. Applebottom or whatever her name is wanted for us. Okay?
I'm done. I can't. Nope.
That's the show.
That's my drag name. K.A. Applebottom is officially my drag name.
Write it down for December.
Incredible. Anyway.
Q, tell the chat.
I'll send it to the group chat. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Cool. So that I don't forget. No, seagull. It's kind of the same thing. It's like a raccoon, but you can fly.
Favorite is okay.
Yeah, true.
You seem disappointed. Well, what about you? What's your answer?
I didn't think of one, but the first thing that came to mind was probably a fuzzy caterpillar. I feel like that would be rad as hell.
Raph, have you ever read the book Hope for the Flowers?
Raph, have you ever seen a caterpillar?
What do you mean? Like a fuzzy caterpillar just inching my way along some leafies and then turn into mush and then be born as a beautiful moth?
But the thing is that if you get stuck in a morph, you get stuck with its lifespan.
Sure. How long do seagulls live?
I don't know, but longer than a fuzzy caterpillar.
Okay, a short and beautiful existence.
Okay. So you don't want to stay a caterpillar because only butterflies can love the love that creates.
Well, don't fuzzy caterpillars turn into moths?
No,
have I been lied to?
Not all of them.
So it's a roulette. It's a gamble. I live. Not only do I gamble, but I also get to.
There's also varying degrees of fuzzy. Or if you're talking about like the woolly bears, yeah, the brown and black ones, yes, those turn into moth. But there are other caterpillars that have that are fuzzy, but they're less fuzzy because it's all defensive mechanisms.
Yeah, I think it's like a silcoon cascoon situation where like a variety of factors influence where you go in the evolution tree.
Or you just find which caterpillar makes a moth.
Why do I get to choose? I'm just like, caterpillar. And then
you have to acquire its DNA. You have to touch it.
Yeah, but you tell me, you go outside and you find a fuzzy caterpillar, you're like, that bitch is a moth. Like, you don't know. You know it's lying to me.
Google exists. Google exists.
Not in the 90s.
That was not a context we established.
I assume we were all rad 90s kids.
JD, what animal are you turning into?
Also, the Animorphs didn't stop existing after the 90s. Like,
who's a current Animorph? Okay, no. First, let's answer. Let's continue.
Most of them are still alive. You go ahead, JD.
We're just gonna go simple. Obviously, it's gonna be a horse.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
That way, I can lick myself.
That is a good one. That's a good one.
Incredible. Q?
Come on,
my
Q.
head hurts. My head hurts. I'm gonna be a cat. I'm just gonna be a cat. It's gonna be a cat.
Important question. In which one of our cats? We all have cats. Pick a
Are
cat.
you crying?
I was for a little
Is
bit.
it,
I'm fine now.
is it Pepita?
It's not.
You don't want to
We're
be.
not doing that.
You don't want to be here.
Let's be very clear. It's probably going to be a Maine Coon.
Valid.
My little boy.
And okay, so you choose to forever be a Maine Coon in your life, and you're telling me you don't like Cats 2019.
Cats 2019 is a travesty.
These
are two very different things.
Anyway,
let's
begin.
You have to take it from here because I will go off. It's fine.
I'm playing Max Miller today.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Do not jump ahead of the daddy mommy. How dare you?
No, I think you should do the intro. I think you should do the whole intro.
Do all of ours. Do all of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Starting from we're live from the apocalypse.
Hello, we're live from the apocalypse. We are a not-for-profit TTRPG group or something like that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
We raise money instead of we play and we raise money for nonprofits and charitable organizations. Currently raising money for Doctors Without Borders, who are doing a lot in the world and especially in Palestine. What else? Exclamation point donate, everybody. Exclamation point donate. We're so close to our goal.
That's not how it works.
Excuse
me?
They
changed it.
It's the donate button now. There's a button for it.
Is there not an exclamation point donate anymore?
I mean, there is, but that's not what we say in the intro.
This is my intro, though. So.
Oh, okay. I see. All right.
There's also a donate button down below. If I don't know where I am, right here somewhere. Right, risky over here. Yeah. Thank you. And you can try to subscribe. You can try, and I double dog dare you. Because that's how many dogs are gonna die when you subscribe to us. Lovely Dimension 20 Dungeon Master Brandon Lee Mulligan will kill some dogs every time you subscribe. So just think about that, and then think about how satisfying that must feel for him and for you. And if you have Prime, it's free, so you might as well go for it. And then what else? I think that's it. Am I missing anything?
Well, now they're everybody's intros.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. First we start with JD. That's backwards.
I had to write it backwards because my camera's mirrored. I made a mistake, but spirit's there.
That's a 1 out of 57 is what I need. Incredible. Thank you.
Passing grade. 1 out of 57.
Passing grade. Okay.
But the lower is the high end.
Almost 55.
Almost 55. First is JD. JD, can you pop him up, please? Thank you. Okay, so JD is playing Lindsay Ardane, currently seeking potential partnership and or maybe just a date with our lovely Councilman Tamberly. Roasted his father, got kicked out of the fucking family, okay? But that doesn't matter anymore because he's a part of our family now, okay? What else? I think that's it. Get out of here. Next is Julia, I believe.
Sure.
Julia. Okay, Julia's playing Kelly Violet. Kelly Violet, so happy she's the leader because the rest of us don't know what the fuck we're doing. And she had some sassy ass things to say to the council last session. Beautiful. Standing up for yourself. Now having a little private chat with Marius. And we'll see where that fucking leads because you know that dude's got some nasty dirt on our girl. What else? Still looking for your boo. I don't know. Is he here? I don't remember, to be totally honest.
He's gone back to Barrow for something. I sent him a letter. I left a note in his room,
right.
and I sent a letter because I'm not gonna trust this little vampire bitch to pass on my messages.
Correct. Okay, so we are awaiting that letter of return. What else? Ghost in the Shell, Thunder in the Sky. That's our leader. Next. Q. Hello, this is Q. And he's playing Kira. He's playing Kira, who is some type of elf-like. I forget the name.
Tua.
Okay, yeah, Tua. Let's go. Heartbroken, angry, struggling through some difficult emotions at the moment. What else?
Looking good,
and did give some excellent points to our friend Lindsay last session. Now at the council room meeting, presumably ready to fuck things up because I'm ready to fuck things up, you know what I'm saying? And then yeah, gotta get you to Ohio, my guy. Anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, so we're not going to talk about the thing that happened?
We're not going to talk about family?
No? Okay.
Did I miss something? Did I forget something?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like something happened, involving someone that you're connected to, but...
Oh! I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, so now it's my turn.
Kind of, you slave over a hot stove making lore, and then your players say some kind of elf thing.
Hey, I said it. I know what they are.
I thought it might have been Tua, but I wasn't sure. I was mixing up the Orin and Tua. Listen, it happens. Okay. It's late here. It's 4:30 p.m. It's so fucking tired. Okay. All right. Hello. I'm Raph. I'm playing Max Miller. Currently, not this guy. Currently, this cutie. Okay, over here. I'm pretty sure I was just wandering the woods last time. I wasn't here, so thus canonically, wandering the woods.
Yep. That's what happened.
Oh wait. Okay, now I do remember. I'm in a meeting. I'm in a private meeting. I'm in some DMs, and that's the thing. Trying to save my perpetually suffering boo.
Simon?
I already saved Simon right in here and in here. You know what I mean? And that's it.
Okay,
next.
So the one outside you don't have to worry about then? What you're saying?
They were the same.
The one outside is kitchen hands.
Oh yeah.
And then finally, William. Hello everyone. This is William, our game master. He plays everybody else and is going to be really, really nice to us this session. He actually told me before we got online that he's going to give everyone 2 levels. 2 levels. So write that down. And a lot of fun, magical, everyone's a spellcaster now. And we all have level 9 spells. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It seems a weird choice, but I'm into it.
Yeah, and then he also said that we win. We've actually already won.
So the game's over?
So we're
playing out the epilogue right now. So
we're having a beach episode.
Yes. Yeah. Cool. And that's everyone.
Sounds like we're having a beach episode. It's been brought up like 3 times.
I don't think that we are.
What they want.
I don't know. I don't know if Marius will let me leave to go to the beach, especially if he can't go.
Night beach.
We just need like a cauldron with water, and that's close enough.
Daltron is on the ocean. It's a coastal city.
I know, because that's where that woman in the alley popped out and was like, "You're fucked."
Yeah.
Oh my god!
She
I love her.
She sure was right. She sure had your number. Way back in episode.
It was an early one.
It was
an early one.
Sure was. Cool. Well, with all of that being said, I think what's up?
That was somebody. Was that you, Julie?
Oh, buddy.
He's here. He's decided he's forgiven me for abandoning him. And I didn't abandon him. I just went to make coffee. But, that was a sin. That was a crime.
Baby screams.
For sure.
Baby
Hello,
screams.
my emo boy.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Wow. Well, here we are, all together again. For the first time in a while. So, when we had left off last time, why is that not working? Oh. There we go. When we left off last time, you had attended the meeting of the Council of Calderon, the deputized de facto lawmakers here in the Kingdom of Aloran, since the throne has been abandoned for many, many generations. Sat unfilled since the bloodline of Aelor ended all those years ago. And with all of that, you heard some interesting arguments made. You participated in some of these discussions. You met, more formally, Leon Tamberley, the head of the council, who's apparently hot.
Confirmed.
So fucking hot.
All right.
Listen, I lost my last name. I need a new one.
Sure. Tamberley's a great name. Lindsay Tamberley has a great ring to it. And you won the vote. You won the first vote that you came there to bring before the council, which was namely to honor the traditions of Stormhold and elect Lady Violet Blackwing as a member of the council. The matching initials thing is pretty cute. However, in the aftermath of that vote, which you did succeed on, a recess was taken before the second point was brought forth, namely a declaration of war. The question of should the kingdom go to war with the Orn. Before that could happen, Kelly, you were taken aside by your sometime ally, Marius Ingevir, and had a little conversation about how you'd be voting. But before any of that happens, Max, you wake up in darkness. You're not sure where you are, but you feel cold stone under your body. Well, Hunter's body. You can hear the steady dripping of water around you. It's chill. You're fairly certain that wherever you are, you're underground. And what would you like to do?
Can I see anything? Oh wait, it doesn't fucking. I'm dark. I'm all fucking dark vision. I can see everything.
You do have dark vision. It looks like you are in a room, but there's nothing else really in here with you. There's a door, which is made of wood bound in iron. Looks heavy, and it looks like there is some kind of a window cut into the door at the top, but it's currently closed.
Do I recognize this space?
You do not.
Okay. I think I'll just walk up to the window. I think there's definitely a moment where Max forgets that he's in Hunter's body and just like goes to immediately grab and like his weapon and like go to bash at the door, and then takes in his physical self again and just walks up to the door and knocks on the window.
And at first, nothing happens, but after a few seconds, you hear steps on the other side. Are you saying anything, or was it just the knock?
Yeah, I guess he'll say, "I'm awake."
And
where am I?
And I think when you say that, the window will open. It'll sort of slide open with a slight screech of old metal. And you'll see a familiar pair of eyes on the other side, a familiar face. Simon's face. Simon's eyes. Looking back at you.
Simon's dazzling eyes. Simon, what is the point of this?
What? No. Nice to see you.
Is it nice?
I certainly would have hoped so, although I suppose maybe you've grown accustomed to my face. Is there still little me running around inside your head?
No. Actually, we had a chat, me and him. And then he sacrificed himself, which was really kind of hard. And genuinely, if you want pleasantries, I suppose, as an introduction, you don't usually trap people in a dark room with no way to escape. It's not really how you get a good hello.
Well, this is hardly an introduction, Max. I mean, we know each other so well.
And yet you've never trapped me in his room before.
I suppose that's true. But if I had come to you with open arms, wouldn't you have tried to kill me?
There is a part of me that would like to. And I think he steps back and just... What do you want to talk about? Or am I here to talk?
I think the thing will slide shut. The window will slide shut again. When you take a step back, you'll hear some rattling on the other side. The door will swing open with a creak. Simon steps in. Simon, when the door opens, light spills in. And when you were looking at Simon through the window, it was a little bit backlit so that it made it hard to really get a good look at him, even with your dark vision, especially with your dark vision, since the light spilled in. And as you blink, as your eyes kind of start to clear, as the dark vision kind of gives way to your regular vision, the Simon that is standing before you, unmistakably Simon, but small things are different about him. He is looking a little bit pale, like he hasn't seen the sun in a while. There are dark circles around his eyes, almost like makeup, but you're fairly certain they're not. And there is a tinge of dark color to his lips.
Interesting. Okay. You know, for someone who works for someone called the Dreamer, it doesn't look like you've been getting much sleep.
On the contrary, I've never felt so well rested in my life. I think you mistake, though, Max, what it is that the Dreamer really is, what it is that the Dreamer really wants.
So tell me. Because I don't think I understand fully.
When we sleep, that's not the dream. This is the dream, Max, all of this.
You're saying life isn't real?
I'm saying life is very real. I'm saying
But
this isn't life. What happens, Max, when you deny a man sleep for too long?
I'm assuming he eventually dies.
Eventually, but before that, begins to see things, hear things. It slowly drives him mad.
Your point is, are you...
Because he becomes trapped in all of this noise, this imagined place. It isn't right, and at some level we know that it isn't right. And when we sleep, when we dream, we gain relief from it. We are all trapped. We only get glimpses at what's really out there.
I'm not a science person, to be fair, but I don't think that's how bodies work. And if it was, you're saying that everything we experience right now, everything we did experience in our past, that's not real?
Have you ever met anyone that doesn't sleep?
Have I? I don't think I have, right?
Kira.
Oh, true. Shit. Okay. Once.
Now, why might that be?
Well,
because the Tuatha are of this place entirely and inexorably. The Tuatha don't exist beyond the limits of this imagined reality, this false world. But we come from somewhere else. So the stories go. I mean, you, obviously, a bit more directly. But all of humanity, all of us here in the kingdom on a noon, stories say we sailed here from somewhere else.
Right.
Found our way here by accident, trying to escape the dreamer.
It was called the Nightlands, wasn't it?
That's what they called it, yeah.
And you're saying your ancestors tried to escape it. And so you're trying to undo what they've come to somewhat succeed in.
Have they succeeded? Or have they just trapped us all?
Why do you feel trapped? Why is it wrong to live in this version of reality? What is more real than this right now?
Your home? Isn't it?
My home?
The place where you come from, originally.
It's real. But that doesn't mean that a noon isn't real.
Can you do any of the ridiculous things that you can do here, back where you come from?
No, but if I go to the moon, I can also bounce around. You don't know what that means, but it makes sense, I promise.
I know what that means.
Okay. Does that mean the moon's not real?
Your moon, I imagine, is very real. There are two possibilities here, Max. Either you're right, and this place exists, this place is real, it's full of magic and impossible creatures with bits of your world that keep bleeding into it. Or it's an elaborate trick. Something that's been created to placate us, keep us dreaming.
Are you trying to go to Ohio? Is that what this is? You think Earth is the only real place?
No.
And even though you say the Tuatha don't dream and that they are residents here, us humans, even though we walk this earth, even though we have consequences, we create problems, we create all sorts of whatever the fuck, that's not real. How we affect the Tuatha isn't real.
Are you suggesting that if we did exist in a world partially fabricated by your mind, that it wouldn't create consequences and suffering for you?
I think there's suffering and consequences in my dreams and in reality. Actually, I did go in a dream and there was suffering and consequences. You were there, but it was obviously not.
And that's exactly my point.
So what is that?
My point is that you can't argue that because there are consequences and bad things that happen here, that it can't possibly be the result of your unconscious mind.
You think you're in my head?
I think we're all in a world of our own making.
Simon, and I want to approach him. Simon, what exactly are you trying to run from?
Of the two of us, I'm not the one who's trying to run. I'm the one who's trying to wake up. But you can enjoy continuing to live in your fantasy. A world where when you feel out of control and bestial, you become exactly that.
I want to reach out and put my hand on his shoulder. I guess I'm reaching up.
Yeah, he will take a step back when you go to do that. He will say, let's save that for now. You haven't even heard my offer.
I'm listening, and I hold out a hand.
For like a handshake, or?
I just hold out a hand.
Okay, yeah. He's gonna start kind of like walking around you. He's not gonna touch you.
You've come with offers before. I've listened to them before. In here, out here. Let's do it again.
Then I'll cut to the chase.
Okay.
I'm here to put you back in your body.
You mean out of Hunter's body?
And back in yours.
Do you know where mine is?
I most certainly do.
And where is that?
Do you so doubt me?
I think you haven't slept. I don't want you to be imagining things.
Your body is 6 feet underground. Deep within the heartwood.
Okay. 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 And how do you think you know that?
Because when you start to see the cracks for what they are, all things become clear. When you
Is that
start to
something the
understand
dreamer
this
taught
world,
you?
when you start to understand this world for what it really is, anything is possible.
So what is the deal?
I didn't say anything about a deal. I said that I was here to put you back in your body.
And how do you or the dreamer benefit from me being in my body?
Because you're going to fight the doctor. And he is an obstacle. A mutual obstacle, if you will.
That's a fair point. And after?
After what?
After we defeat him. What then?
Well, and then I hope you'll start to see the light. That you'll awaken with me. But I don't hold out much hope for that.
This might be a weird question. If you think this is a dream, and that reality, true reality, is on planet Earth, of which you have no recollection or context, do you believe every person in a noon is sleeping on Earth?
There is a fundamental misunderstanding. I don't think that where you come from, your world, Earth, is the only reality. I said this place is a dream.
Shit,
Everyone else, everyone is somewhere.
Okay, so how do we get my body back?
And I think when you ask that question, it gives you a smile. And I think like appearing in the room with you.
What? I don't like
is
that.
Your body. Just kind of standing straight
What
up.
the fuck?
Kind of looks like it's being, I guess kind of looks paralyzed or petrified. Like you're standing there, but you're not moving. Your eyes are closed.
And what will happen to this body?
I'll look after it.
No.
Believe it or not, I anticipated your hesitation.
I'm sure you did.
It. I'll look after it because, unlike your mortal coil, it will take me a bit longer to locate Hunter's spirit.
Can I do an insight check?
Absolutely, you can.
Cool.
If you're gonna be suspicious about it, I guess.
I mean, I've been suspicious this whole time, but I didn't know when would be a good time to fucking question this guy.
So upset right now.
All right, what is my insight? Probably like -10. Okay, hold on a minute. Hold on. It's loading. Hold on. Wait, where is insight? Oh, I skipped it. Insight is 0, but I did roll a 19. Oh,
that die is impossible to read.
Hold on.
No.
That's truly impossible to read.
Hold on. There you go. 19.
I can see that it's 2 numbers. I can see that it's like 2 incisions, but I can't.
Anyway, it's a 19.
I believe you that it's a 19. And
okay, wonderful.
Simon seems completely sincere.
No ill intentions as far as Hunter's body goes.
Doesn't seem like it. He'll kind of, when you like regard him suspiciously, he will kind of sigh and he'll say, if you're going to win this, I'm going to need all of you together. You can hold on to Hunter's body if you want, but when there's spirit, when there is no longer a spirit in it, they will start to die.
How about this? You find Hunter's spirit. Well, you bring it forth. I'm not leaving this body with you.
Well, then I can't put you back in yours.
Right now.
Right now.
But once you've located their soul, you could.
And are you certain that you won't need to be you? I mean, you're not exactly operating at your full potential.
It's fine.
Well,
you can't be mad that there's this distrust here, Simon, right? Leaving Hunter's body with you is not gonna happen.
Max, I could never be angry with you.
When you wake up, where do you think you'll be? Because if it's true that this is just some sort of holding cell, there are thousands, maybe millions of other worlds out there. What makes you so certain you'll end up on Earth?
I certainly don't know that I'll end up on Earth. In fact, I doubt that I would very much. And I'm not sure where I would be. But you of all people, Max. I imagine you of all people can understand growing weary of living a lie.
I don't fully understand. I'm going to be honest with you. We currently have the same enemy. That doesn't make us friends. And I don't fully understand this dreamer stuff. I don't understand this denial. But I'm listening.
I've known you for a very long time, Max Miller, and I can't say that
think you have.
I can't say that I've ever understood your denial either.
What do you think it is?
What do I think what is?
You continue to play very coy.
I think this is the least coy with you I've ever been. I think I've answered all of your questions entirely truthfully and without any guile or hesitation.
Okay.
So what do I think what is?
What do you think I'm running from? I'm curious.
Oh.
If we're being honest. I can take it. I've changed.
Do you remember the last time we saw each other before Calderon?
It plays in my head constantly. And I don't know if I thanked you for it. But I do appreciate it.
Appreciate what?
What I remember is me running with the captain and you catching us. As far as I'm aware, you didn't say a word.
Of course I didn't.
Right.
Because I loved you, Max. And how different do you think things might have turned out if you could have just said it?
You didn't say it either. Neither of us did.
Because you were
we
scared.
Do not pin this on me. We were friends. We were stupid. We were boys.
You asked me what I thought you were running from.
You think I'm running from the fact that I used to love you?
I think you're running from the idea of ever being loved. Or ever admitting that you love someone else. I think that every time I came close to saying it, every time we felt it between the two of us, I saw the fear in your eyes. The panic, like you wanted to run. So I didn't say it because I didn't want you to go.
Simon. And I think he just puts a hand on that like slab. Almost to reach out, but just lays it there. And says, you are talking about a person from 6 years ago, 10 years ago. You have this vision of me that was real and used to exist. If you were the same Simon that was in my head before, you would understand. But it's still scary, but I don't try to run from it anymore. I did used to love you. And neither of us said it. And you can blame me all you want. I wasn't brave. I wasn't brave enough to act on it, but neither were you. And here we are, 10 years later, and you're still talking about it, and I love someone else. I've moved on. And I'm so sorry. To hurt you this way, I don't know.
Simon is standing there stone-faced as you're talking, looking at you.
Is my body still just like paralyzed?
Yep.
Rad. Cool.
And as you talk, you see a strange thing start to happen.
Yeah, Justin, fucking grip it, baby. Slop that down, dude. Shit, yeah, dude. Crack one for the big boy.
Thank you so much
Max
for your donation.
earned that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Max earned the power of self-respect. There is no wind in this room. There's no breeze, obviously. You see Simon's hair start to move, like there is a breeze, like there is a wind blowing at it. And then you realize that that's not exactly what's happening, because what you're seeing happen is parts of him, tiny, tiny little bits of him, are flying off of him.
What the fuck?
You got something to say, Q? You want to tell the class?
Not really.
You feeling some type of way, buddy? I understand, but
it's fine. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, you see little tiny pieces of him starting to fly off, almost as if he was not made of flesh and bone.
Can I, as that's happening, can I like lunge toward him? I basically just want to grab him.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. As soon as like fingers brush on him at all, I want to cast protection from evil and good.
Interesting. Okay, to what end?
What do you mean?
What are you trying to accomplish with this?
the why?
Which part of this spell are you thinking might do something here?
Well, because he's fucked up, man. So I was hoping, this is kind of a test to see if he has been possessed or charmed or anything in some way by, I can pull up the spell, but
sure, I can also pull up the spell. I just wasn't sure if there was a particular thing
I'm gonna pull it up faster.
Okay.
No, that's fine. It's actually it's loading really slowly, so
okay.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
Cool, I just got it too. So.
Okay, well
it's loading really slowly.
What is happening right
now? Okay, so it says one willing creature. Well, it is willing, so I don't know if he has to save against it.
Yeah, I don't know if he's willing necessarily, but
they are protected against a list of things.
Yeah, I don't think he's interested in your protection. I don't think he's interested in your magic. Is there a visual component to this? Like when Max casts this spell? You're still casting from your warlock.
Yes.
Levels.
So I'm still being connected with the Raven Queen. So I think as he reaches out, as he's watching like these little bits of Simon begin to literally dissipate, I think he lunges forward to grab onto his arm and just says, Simon. And I think when the fingers touch, there is that like flash of black and red tinge in his eyes from like crow eyes. And I think where the fingers touch, there are these like, usually there would be raven feathers, like little ones that start to kind of grow on you. almost like a marking, but because I'm in Hunter's body, I think they are raven's feathers made of leaves and like twigs and things.
Nice.
They're still very dark, but yeah.
I dig that.
Yeah. But he can, I guess they just.
Yeah. When you reach out and lay your hand on Simon, your spell, you cast it. But your hand passes right through Simon, like his shoulder. Almost like running your hand through sand. And the shoulder, the arm that's attached to the shoulder, when you run your hand through, fully dissolves into that sand that's sort of carried away on that imaginary breeze, and more of the bits of sand, the motes of sand are kind of coming off of him, sort of swirling out the door. And before he is fully gone, he says with a distinct note of bitterness in his voice,
okay.
When I find Hunter's spirit, I'll find you. And then he is fully gone. He fully dissolves into just sand that sort of blows out the door. Your body disappears.
Next time, have the courage to really face me. I don't know if he hears that, but he just yells that out into the room.
You don't know.
Rad. Cool. Where the fuck am I?
Yeah, if you walk out the door.
Is it locked?
The door was open the whole time since you stepped into the room.
Oh, that's fair. You can step in. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You walk out into the hall, and you see that there are a bunch of doors, much like this one. Some of them don't look to be as like heavily constructed. Like this room's obviously made to contain people. Not all of them were down here, and it's clear you're in a cellar. You see like kind of a rickety old staircase at one end. It's not much here except for like some torches set into the walls. And if you go up those stairs, you find yourself standing in a house that you have never been in before. Doesn't look like it's in great condition. It looks like a lot of the furniture that's in here has been smashed. There might have been a fire at some point. You see that the walls are kind of blackened and charred in a few spots. It looks like there might have been a second floor to this house at some point, but if you glance up the staircase towards that second floor, you see like sky above you.
And I don't recognize this house.
Not from the inside.
Okay. I leave.
Yep. When you step outside, you realize that you are in Calderon.
Okay.
You recognize some of the buildings in the streets. You recognize some of the buildings in the streets. You recognize the architecture, if nothing else. You can smell the salt on the air. And you see the broken remains of a sign that reads Peregrine House.
Yep. Okay, that's what I thought. I think I immediately start heading toward the keep.
Okay.
And as I do, I look around for any of the ravens, and if there are one or many,
they're all there.
I think in beast speech, I will speak to them and say, tell her that the dreamer is looking for Hunter's soul. Tell her to be careful. And just booking it to the keep.
Yeah, the ravens stare back at you unblinking, but you don't really know how their communication with the Raven Queen works.
Yeah. And I'm like, Hunter is much faster, so I'm full Naruto running through these streets.
Sure.
In the fishnet top with the red vest leather trench coat, Naruto running through these streets.
You sure are.
Yeah, baby. I have a little cloak on, you know.
Over the leather trench coat.
The red leather trench coat obviously has a hood.
So many layers.
It's like a hoodie.
What kind of a red leather trench coat wouldn't have a zip-off hood?
Come on now.
You're right.
We're in a world of magic. Anything is possible.
It's true. It's true. Munter.
Oh, yeah.
You book it for the keep.
Mm-hmm.
And as you are running through the streets, you hit a more populous part of the city, kind of the main drag that leads up towards Calderon Keep. Lots of people around going about their days. You pass like shopkeepers, people shopping, lamplighters doing their jobs. And when you reach when you reach the base of the stairs,
mm-hmm.
you hear a loud ringing bell extending outwards from the keep. You look around and you see that everybody has frozen. Their heads are turned, staring up at Calderon Keep with expressions of shock, horror on their faces. A lady who is selling pottery off to your left. You hear her swear under her breath.
Oh no. I turn to her and say, what does this mean? Just quietly.
She gives you kind of a confused look, and then you see that she just assumes you're not from around here, or maybe you're too young to remember the last time the bells were rung, but she says, it's a declaration of war.
Fuck.
We're at war. And that is where we're going to take a break.
Fuck!
Wow.
We'll be back
Rude.
in 10 minutes.
Absolutely rude.
Don't go away. See you
I
real
have
soon.
things to say about
See you
this.
real soon. Nice. All right, we're back. Before we dive back into it, I think I'd just like to ask the question that's on everybody's mind, which is, how's the weather over there, Raph?
What?
How's the weather over there?
You want to see?
I mean,
You know that piece. You know that piece you said you were getting. Fuck you.
Oh, you're talking about in game?
no,
I was like,
just in
it's
general.
kind
I'm
of
just- I'm just
sunny. It's
asking
kind of
maybe.
hot.
Is it? What's the temperature in Celsius?
69, baby.
Nice.
Nice.
No, it's like
Nice.
18.
I was going to say that's very hot in Celsius.
I would be dead, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, no. This world peace I'm having.
Was there more to that?
Just like,
Oh, okay. Just all right. Cool.
The hair flip
I
was
got.
immaculate.
Thank you. I got to one up Simon for once.
It's true. That's on growth.
Although he does have access to my body now, so that's.
But
I don't know.
No! What a horrifying phrase.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Just saying.
Mm-mm.
Wouldn't be the first time he's had access to your body.
You shouldn't be saying that. You. No! Stop it!
Incredible.
I like that there's a GIF reaction for that, and you still went for the real one.
Sometimes it feels better to do the real thing, you know?
That's fair. Yeah, that's true. That's what I always say. You know what I mean? What is happening?
You're doing this to yourself.
Yeah, I know. I'm just talking.
Bruh.
Thank you. Thank you for the spray bottle. All right. Yeah. So when we left off, Kelly, you get back into the council chamber. You see all of the the faces gathered there as they're called to order, and it's a little bit like a bad dream because realistically, you know exactly what's about to happen when you walk back in, and it's a little bit like a bad dream watching it play out. People talk. You kind of barely even take stock of what they're saying because none of it really matters in the long run. A few concerns are raised about why we shouldn't do this, and a few more are raised about why we have to do this. And after what feels to you only like a matter of seconds, Leon Tamberly is calling for a vote. I wasn't sure if if Kelly would want to say something now or after the vote.
Oh yeah, I don't think she would have not participated in any capacity.
Sure. Yeah. No. Of course. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like before it goes to a vote, do you want to say something, or would you rather say something after the vote?
I think what Kelly stresses, because I think she knows, because she has no choice in which way she's going to vote.
Right.
But I think what she makes the most clear is that they're not voting, and this is part of why she wanted Kira here. She's making it clear they are not voting to go to war with the Orn. They are voting to go to war with the Dagda. And Kelly's makes it clear at this point. She's like, I'm already going to war with the Dagda. But if you are dragging these people into this conflict with him before we've had a chance to weaken him, you are setting these people up to die. You are setting them all up to die. And at this point, they don't understand what's going on. None of them do. They've made that very clear to me personally, that they don't know what you guys are doing in here. At this point, if anyone votes for war, then they had better be ready to pick up their things and move their asses to the front lines to fight this war with these people that they are sending there. And if they don't, Kelly's going to make sure all of the people who are going to war know that they made this decision and then stayed here in hiding because Kelly is going to be there at the front lines of these wars. And she's also going to ask Mirrodin if in all of his travels, if he's ever been to France, if he knows what the French people did to the people who stayed in hiding.
He nods with a smile on his face.
I'll vote for this war, but that's because I'm going to be fighting in it. And anyone else who votes for this war had better be prepared to fight in it too.
And in the aftermath of that statement, on behalf of Kelly Violet, you see, Councilman Tamberley, Councilman Tamberley calls for the vote. And you watch the hands go up. And you count them. But you already know what the outcome is going to be. And Mance Ardane, in the aftermath of the vote, kind of smacks his good hand on the table and says, well then, I suppose we'll be sounding the bells. Tamberley, with a dour, disappointed, almost scared expression on his face, sighs and nods to one of the pages standing by. And the young man runs out of the room.
When are you going to address the people?
That will be my responsibility, Leon says. We'll
Good.
arrange something.
It'd be good to know someone with character will be doing it. Looking right at Mance, just so we're clear. So I like how you were like, he doesn't do that anymore.
No. He doesn't go after earrings. He still goes after headphones.
Oh, okay.
Transitioned.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, people are going to stand up and they're going to start to to make their way out, gather their things, and leave. Okay, all right, you're done. You're done. You're done. The council members start standing up, preparing to leave. More than a few of them have business that they still have to attend to. And Kelly, before he departs, Marius is going to incline his head towards you.
She doesn't even look at him.
Yeah,
She's already gotten up at this point before he can do anything, and she has fully crossed the room.
Well, then you don't see that.
Nope.
But he does it anyway.
He's lost.
Lindsay, I guess you and
privileges.
Kira would see it. Ow, 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 ow. Stop. Stop doing
I'm going to look at that man. Vibes rancid. I'm just gonna watch for a minute as I back out and leave to follow Kelly.
I'm looking for Mirrodin. That looked like an
Mirrodin
earring,
is-
Will.
It wasn't. Not on purpose, anyway.
That was the ear.
Not on,
it was like
not
top
on
of the
purpose.
ear.
This. Again, he's not going after my earrings, and I know this because he's stopped doing it when I'm not wearing the headphones, but he might still get them sometimes.
Strays.
Yeah, I'm catching strays out here. It's true, he does hate ears. Yeah, Mirrodin is standing next to you. He looks a little sad. But quietly to you, Kelly, as you kind of stand up, he'll say, Stop. He'll say, it was never going to go any other way. You did everything you could.
It's like I told Marius the day before. There was going to be war. The doctor wants it too bad for there not to be. I just didn't want us to be the ones making the first move. We have to find Max, and then we have to find out how to strip him of his powers before this goes too long.
Got too many of these GIF reactions now. Hard to find the one. There it is.
Yep, go ahead. Take it.
If you can, gather the others. We should have a word.
Kelly kind of just like turns to where the other two are standing. VR.
Lindsay, Kira.
Come here.
I mean, Lindsay immediately is walking over.
Before you even say anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
You look at him and he's like, yes, right to you.
Was Mirrodin the one to call us over first?
No, it was me.
Oh, that's
Okay.
Kelly.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure, because if he did, Kira was just going to stare at him. But if Kelly calls him over, he'll come over.
Everything is going to be going very fast now, so we need to find Max. And we need to find Dion and.
Okay. Let me best get on that.
I could go look for Max.
Okay. No.
Your dad is very angry right now.
And the last time we split up, you got trashed and I got taken. So, I'm gonna go with no on that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Last thing we need is your father taking everything out on you.
It would give me a reason. Another reason, let's be clear, another reason to destroy him.
So do we want me to find my father, or do we not want me to find my father?
No. We don't have time for all of that.
There are other things that we need to do, so tempting as it is, I'll refrain. All right, so we go to look for a Max hiding in a hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think we were, if I remember correctly, we were going to see if Mirrodin could do the spell that the find person spell that Wayne used to do, so we could try to find if he was at least still in the city. I think that was part of the discussion. Also, I have to get Avalon out of his office.
Right.
I guess we should stop talking as if he's not here.
I mean, he's got actually kind of a far off look on his face, like he's preoccupied with something.
Okay, well then that's good. Oh hey, Mirrodin, I didn't see you here.
I need to check on something, so whenever you find Max, come find me.
All right, so I guess we're not going to use the spell then.
No, I think he's having some kind of a time. We should probably just.
You hate to see old age get to you.
I think he's thinking about France.
What is that?
It exists in the same realm as Ohio. I'll tell you all about it. I will tell you so much. I need you to understand the kinds of problems on purpose that we might have to cause amongst the townspeople. If
I was curious about that reference.
If the council gets uppity.
I'm intrigued. So yeah, let's go. Gonna go look for our boy Squared.
The French originally colonized Ohio.
That is technically true, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So you step outside of the council chambers, and I think as you are kind of walking to that grand staircase that leads down to the entrance to the keep, you actually happen to glance down and you notice a somewhat panicked-looking Max Miller / Hunter
Munter,
rushing
please.
through the doors. Munter. Rushing through the doors.
Yeah.
Technically, you do have a guillotine. Gallows is made from a guillotine blade.
Yeah, baby.
We are ready.
Okay, let's go.
It's locked and loaded, my guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's almost like a cartoonish
Naruto running through the door.
Yeah, a cartoonish like smash into probably Lindsay, because I feel like the other two are too dexterous to get out of the way. So.
Okay, then what I'd like to do is just kind of, as you're like running in, there's just like a little flip, and just sort of set you over to the side.
And then I just
Max
lay you
has
lovingly on your
never
back.
been picked up before in his life.
Lovingly
Immediately
placed on it.
You all right?
Simon was here, and
Where?
in the basement of the Peregrine, and he brought me my body. Max, like me, but not me, but Max was down there. He pulled it out of thin air, and he
just both sides of the face. Hey,
he thinks he's from Ohio.
What?
He thinks he's one of us?
Well, he thinks this world is, well, except for you. He thinks this world is a dream. He thinks this world is like a not reality, except for the Tuah for some reason, because you don't sleep. So the dreamer. Anyway, I learned a lot about the dreamer.
Did you? Because the dreamer was that fucked up thing that the head was killing all those people to summon.
I don't know how they go together, but I did learn some.
Has Simon been killing people, Hunter? Max? Ah! Has Simon been killing people to summon the dreamer?
I don't know.
Cool.
I did learn. I learned the end goal. I don't think he would. That doesn't align to what he wants. This like fake version of liberation. It's weird, but
okay, then what does he want?
So basically, maybe we'll go inside. And I look directly at the pottery lady.
Right. Yeah. No, I think you are inside the keep. You've passed the pottery lady.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
But you can head for Mirdan's study if you want.
True. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay, yeah. We'll walk and talk. And yeah, I think Max tells them everything. What Simon said, and like how he wants everyone to wake up and stop living this lie, and la-di-da. And I think he tells them about the fact that Simon wanted to put him back in his body and keep Hunter's body, and then also find Hunter's soul and then put Hunter back in their body. Yeah. And then he dissolved into sand. And I said, next time you face me for real. And then I ran away.
Kira, did he feel sandy when you ran into him?
You saw him?
Yes.
Oh, he,
Yeah, he, kidnapped me, effectively. Yeah.
When? What happened?
When we were doing our search the other day to get things ready while Kelly had conversations. I went to go meet up with Lindsay, couldn't find him, and Simon was there to lend a hand. I realized something was wrong, and he insisted, and he was very persuasive.
It's the eyes.
It was magic, Max.
He does have nice eyes.
One could call his eyes magical.
No. I wouldn't. Anyway, I woke up at the keep, not remembering any of the night before.
Max was gone.
And you weren't here.
Right. You fell asleep? Or we're not awake?
I don't remember any of the time. I was seen. I was seen.
I believe Lindsay saw you.
It's true.
Lindsay saw you and Simon walking around and had a whole conversation. And then...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a way to get in, to get to you.
Which, my apologies, I may have contributed to.
God, I forgot you were there.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
Before we go, should I change to give you your clothes back? Not you, Munter. Lindsay.
Oh, that is up to you, Kira. You look very dashing in them.
Thanks, but I don't think that this would be good for, out there travel.
That does make sense. We wouldn't want the clothes to get dirty.
Right. Or, no, not be able to fight.
Oh, I fight in those types of clothes all the time.
Hey, or get beaten up. Does that count? That's fighting.
Well, you see, during my fencing lessons.
Hey, we've made
reaching for gallows.
The muscle memory is like swirly, wedgy. Swirly, wedgy.
And Kelly's
looking
gonna
for the nearest lockers. Like,
I was gonna say, seeing this kind of this tension run through Munter's body, Kelly's gonna be like, Lindsay did a very brave thing for me today.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Lindsay, I probably wouldn't have gotten to stay on the council.
Did it work?
It did.
It did.
For what that was worth.
Hopefully it'll be worth more in the future. But
okay, we need to. Mirrodin wants to talk to us.
yes, he said he had to check something. Said to find him after we found you. I think he probably was hoping this would take longer, but we don't have time to waste.
It's true.
Oh. While we're walking, or maybe when we're with Mirrodin. Sand Simon clearly had some way. I don't know if my body was an illusion or what, but he knew where I was. And he's searching for Hunter's soul.
Well, I mean,
based on what you said, he said, I don't think he's going to hurt Hunter.
No, but Hunter's with the Raven Queen.
Yeah.
well, I mean, if there's anybody who's going to know about the Dreamer and stuff, it will probably be Mirrodin. That's like his family's whole like dark shame and everything. So
that's fair. I just worry if there is some sort of connection between Simon and or if the dreamer is giving him powers of some sort. What happens when the dreamer finds the Dagda or any of the Danon?
Max, I have a question. I don't understand the majority of any of this.
It's okay. Me neither, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm struggling.
Are you certain who you saw was Simon and not the dreamer?
He seemed sincere, but I guess there's a possibility he knew a lot about the past. But
Jimmy seemed real rustled when you told him that you could love now.
And that if you didn't love him. Very clearly.
We did make a deal to meet again once he found Hunter's soul.
Technically, what he said was he would find you.
We made a deal to meet again.
He very specifically
I guess we'll have
said
to
that
ask
he
Mirrodin
was
if
not
they're-
offering you a deal.
They weren't there, Will.
Sure. No, listen, I'm just saying for you. Just putting that out there.
Fair.
Munter can say whatever they want to say.
Well, here Kelly's not gonna. Kelly has also had to make some deals the last few days. She's not gonna fight and fuss with
Sure.
Munter if he says that he had to make a deal. But I will think Kelly's listening to all this, and she's like, I mean, we'll have to ask Mirrodin if there is another way for the Dreamer to cross over, because Moldus becoming undying was an attempt to bring the Dreamer into Immune, and the head and that horrible thing in the tower was trying to bring the Dreamer into Immune, and the violent, demonic worm lady was trying to bring the Dreamer into Immune. None of the ways that the Dreamer has tried to cross over have been gentle, peaceful deals.
The sand as well.
The sand linked to the horrible demonic worm lady. I don't think the Dreamer can just cross over, especially not the fairest. The fairest, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, was part of the stopping of what was happening with the Undying.
Fairest is the one who stopped it.
Yeah, the fairest stopped the Undying by herself. I'm sure the Raven Queen can. Not that I don't want to help her, Max, but I am sure the Raven Queen is equipped enough to defend herself against one acolyte, the Dreamer. Not that I want to give Simon the chance.
No, that's fair. It's just interesting seeing if that was my body. He just pulled it from the Dagda as if it was nothing. And clearly, if it was, we haven't faced any sort of consequences from that. So the Dagda must not know.
I get the feeling that the Dagda
fake.
It could have been fake. The Dagda could be pulled thinner than he's letting on, given that he's attempting to control an entire vast species of individual creatures.
That's fair. All right. Mirrodin, let's go.
Yeah, and I think it is around that time that you realize that you are, in fact, standing outside of Mirrodin's study. Before you can knock, it swings open, and he is standing on the other side. He still has that preoccupied expression on his face. He says, "Come in, come in." If he is surprised to see Max is back with you, he does not say anything or show any sign of that.
Ask if he is welcome to join.
Once again, still very distracted. I think he will nod.
That's more acknowledgement than Lindsay usually gets, so he'll take
It's true.
it.
You're not wrong.
Oof.
We're not wrong. And yeah, you file into the room, and he kind of starts pacing a little bit, sort of almost meandering around the room, kind of till he finds himself sort of behind his desk, and he sets his palms down on it and leans against it, looking down at the surface of the desk, studying the wood very intently.
Are you all right?
You asked us here.
Yeah.
I did. This was something that I hoped we could have avoided.
War?
Yes. In a kind of roundabout way, I suppose.
Insight check that one.
Sure. Yeah. Go for it.
that was an interesting way to phrase that.
24.
That's much better than mine. I only got 14.
Kira,
Yeah, what's up?
there is a sense of you get a bunch of different things by studying Mirrodin in this moment. Dread, regret, guilt, shame, resignation. As you said, Kelly, it may not be about avoiding the war. Dagda wants it, like you said. But it may be in how the war is waged. And as long as the council is what it is, and Mance sits on the council, it's not just Mance, of course, but this will go badly. People will die, people will suffer without any real plan or purpose or reason. I have been here before I fought this war. But there was a purpose behind it. It was a smoke screen. So that I could climb to the peak of Anand Rhine and take the world cauldron. But this will be slaughter. Wholesale bloodshed. Lauren is going to war. But there is one thing we must do first, and I had hoped beyond all reason that it wouldn't come to this, but here we are. He kind of like gathers himself and he stands up straight, and as he does so, he moves his hands in front of his body in a few arcane gestures, and he says some words, and you feel power kind of pulse out from his hands to fill the room, and your voices sound a little bit distorted when you speak and when you hear him speak. But he says, but it's still perfectly audible. He says, what we speak of in this room, no one else can know of. There are too many on the council who would do whatever it takes to protect their seats, their power. And what's left, what we must do, is put a king back on the throne.
Yeah. That was about what I thought. How exactly do you suggest we do that?
We convince him.
You're going to convince a group of people who have all of the power they want.
No, Max, I think he's saying that he knows where this person is. Are you saying that the line didn't die?
I wasn't born like this. He gestures to himself.
Hmm.
The wrong body, the wrong name. But through magic, all things are possible. Through magic, I was given another chance to make myself to who I truly was, who I was truly meant to be, to make my outside match my inside. When I set out carry out this mad plan thousands of years ago. It all hinged on one thing: that I could pull the king, Aelor the Fifth, from the clutches of the Fairest and the Danaan. That I could fool them into thinking that he still dwelt by their sides. And I succeeded. And we had to run. We had to make our way from their city back to Calderon. And it was during that time, when we were running and hiding for our lives, that we fell in love. And you know the rest of the story. The war. The mountain. The world cauldron.
You went with them.
I did. And I didn't know that I was with child when I did. I gave birth in your world. A son. Centuries later, the Danaan's spell, their magic, carried you all towards each other, step by step, increment by increment. Somewhere along the line, my bloodline crossed with one of theirs. Perhaps some unknown effect of their magic or my spell, or when you all came here, my descendant, the heir of Aelor the Fifth, and the descendant of Luke himself, came with you. And I was hoping we could spare him this. We no longer have any options available to us. Ryan Beckinsale is the rightful king of Aloran.
I need one of you to say something.
Do you know what happened to him, Mirden?
I do.
So you know he can't rule.
Why not?
And why is that?
Oh. Is that what you do?
What does that mean, Max?
He died. He died not long ago at all, and the head had him abducted into Barrow, and he's actually never really cleared up who exactly made him a vampire. Granted, my personal list of suspects is very small, but...
You also died, Kelly Violet. And you came back. You were brought back by the undead. Does that make you unfit? Or are you defined by your choices?
Oh no, him being unfit to rule is specifically a Max opinion. I'm saying it'll be much more difficult convincing him. He didn't take to this well. He didn't take to that well at all.
No. I know that it will be difficult. But without him taking the throne, dead or undead, or alive, thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of people will die.
How is him taking the throne going to stop this war? It's already been called for.
You can't stop the war.
It stops Mance from being in charge of what they do with the troops.
You know what else stops Mance?
It's not just Mance. It's their council, it's their generals.
This may be an insensitive question, but does this Ryan Beckinsale have military experience? Military knowledge?
I mean, arguably more than us. He lived here under Moldus Calderspur's guidance.
From what I'm told, he was endlessly gifted in all his areas of study.
I heard he was the captain of the football team, I think.
And I heard everything here is fake, so, maybe.
Yeah, we should probably...
This makes sense since he is my blood.
We should probably, real quick, not to
Pervert
derail.
to pervert makes sense.
not to derail real quick, but since Max reminded us, the sleeper's acting, or the dreamer's acting up again.
Not just acting up. Actively making moves. Although you would think a war would benefit him.
The Dreamer and the Danan have always stood at odds with each other. The Dreamer is the only being that ever inspired fear in them.
Well, he wants to wake everyone up.
Wake everyone up?
Yeah. According to his soldier.
His special boy?
His special boy.
Rotten soldier.
His rotten soldier.
His big cheeks.
His best pal.
His best pal. God damn it. He is, and I don't know, honestly, I don't know at this point if it's true or not. But there is a belief that this world is not real in full. That each individual, their reality is somewhere else. Like mine and Kelly's is Ohio. And like the Danon's is the other realm place that I don't remember the name of. And his goal is to put them back, except for the Tuath, which he claims are the only real residents of Anun.
You didn't really ask about the Orn, but
right? And also
one of the few real residents of Anun. Go ahead, Kira.
I mean, we were made here. That doesn't say anything about the Orn, but we're from here. So
that's a new one.
Yeah.
The doctrine of the dreamer has always been nebulous, always been one of destruction. I would say either this person has a far deeper understanding of the dreamer and its desires than anyone who's come before, or they're absolutely insane.
At this point, it's really a toss-up.
Or it's both.
He also dissolved into sand. Do you know what kind of abilities the dreamer has shown in the past?
Its times have been a bit historical in that regard. I've never heard of a sand person before, but I've also never heard of a woman made of worms or literal nightmares erupting out of people's bodies. Whatever is whatever this person is doing, whatever they think is the truth, it seems like their connection to the dreamer is far stronger than any we've seen before.
Yeah. Regardless, they support our battle with the Dagda. Of course. Makes sense.
Of course they do.
Right.
No matter what their intent is, the Dagda stand in their way just as surely as they do ours. A cautious ally that I would be hesitant to put too much trust in. But if our motives align, well, it's something we'd have to deal with eventually, one way or another.
You said no one returns to the Nightlands, right?
No one's attempted. The stories just say that we sailed from them, from the west, and landed here. Plenty of people have sailed west. There have not been any reports of the Nightlands.
Hey,
Prime boy.
The little tiny menace.
best menace, best boy.
So, what do we want to do right now? Also, sorry, hold on. Clarifying question. Oh, great Mirrodin. Were you wanting us to try and convince your great whatever how many grandchild to become king? Was that what you
That's
were
what
going
I'm
to
gonna
ask
do to
of
Ryan
us?
right there.
We will go with you.
So you're still
It
asking
might
us
be
to do
easier if he heals it.
There is a possibility. So there's a possibility that we were going to have to do this anyway. We knew that Ryan left with other hunter. We knew it was a possibility that we would have to find them in order to fix what happened. Finding Ryan now just has a little bit more.
And if there's a place to enact whatever secret you learn about making the Danan mortal, Wiltford and the Academium would be the place.
Where does this put Hunter?
Hopefully back where Hunter's belongs.
Ryan's gonna solve that?
No, but those are separate. These are not
books.
all
The
same
library is
problem.
going to solve that.
Yes.
Your friend. It sounds like your friend connected to the Dreamer might solve that problem for you.
Absolute menace behavior. That we have. So there's a series of things that we have to do.
Mm-hmm.
We have to
I'll make
get
the list.
Yes. We have to get the cauldron for the Raven Queen because she needs it not only to help us with Hunter, but also help us with the Dagda and to take them all back to where they want to go home, to the Bright. But in order for that to work, we have to find out from Dion how she stripped herself from her connection. And once we know how she did it, we're going to have to find out how she replicated it. And the best place to find that out would, yes, probably be the big school of fucking magic. And the people who are at the big school of fucking magic right now are other Hunter and Ryan. Both of whom, invested as the entire kingdom is on stopping this war. We have to stop this war.
And just to clarify, we are still determined to not split up.
I'm considering it.
Do what?
Go
What
to
do
the
you mean?
cauldron. Every day that passes, Hunter dies. I can't wait for us to get to the library and speak to Ryan and put him on the throne and stop the war before trying to save them. They might not exist by then.
I'm not saying it's an order of operations, Max. But we will need other Hunter.
It is an order of operations. Which is why I think Max, do you think this agent of the Dreamer will do what they say?
I didn't give him Hunter's body. And I'm not going to sit around and wait for him to find Hunter's soul. If he does, then he'll find me. But I'm not going to let him hold that over my head.
Would it expedite the process if you gave him Hunter's soul?
I think so.
It is an order of operations. Hunter is dying. With the World Cauldron, the Raven Queen could potentially save them. This person, this Simon, is saying that they can do it right now.
No. He's saying he has to search for him.
Unless
we know where he
you
is.
give it to him.
We know where they are.
Max, you can't have it both ways.
Yeah, this is like
I don't like the music either. Oh, hello. Wait, where are you? Oh, hold on.
My internet fully disconnected. I don't know if you did something, but again, it's just chaos.
You sound real far away, buddy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do I?
There you go. No, you're
go.
back. You're back. You're back.
Okay. All right.
We're so back. That was.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Dogs.
Yeah,
All the bad guys.
he didn't even do anything to like the cords or anything. He just like I don't know. The computer just disconnected.
Did a giant monster truck shaped like a lobster potentially take out a
Hell
transformer?
yeah.
I mean,
Hell
maybe,
yeah.
but it was very.
Yeah, what's going on
quick
in Baltimore
to come
today?
back on. What
It would
isn't
be crabs
going
in
on?
Baltimore, though. Giant crab truck.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true.
It's
It's true.
Crab truck.
Dunk that bag in butter.
More terrifying than a lobster truck. I think we can all agree.
A crab truck dunked in butter?
A crab truck in
know,
general.
man.
Also, you don't eat crabs with butter.
You
Yeah,
can.
You
I mean,
can.
you can, but not in Baltimore. You don't.
Would you eat it raw?
Okay,
You just crunch on that shell like a freaking sandwich, like a freaking.
You do if you make them
literally-
soft shell. You just crunch on the whole thing.
You don't make them soft shell though. That's not a Baltimore crab. You cover them
Soft
in
shell
Old
crabs
Bay
are so
and then
good.
you
Just
steam
eat the
them.
whole. Just eat the whole crustacean.
You're
No.
telling me
Eat the whole
you
crustacean.
pick up that crab like an Uncrustable and you just take a big old bite?
That's
No,
what a
you
soft shell
rip it.
crab is.
Yeah, Juliet, we're not talking about soft shell crabs. That's
No,
not
I'm
a
talking
Baltimore
about full
crab.
crunch.
No, no.
Like a pub sub.
Okay, hold on.
You only do that if it's soft shell. If it's not soft shell, you don't do that.
but we're talking about some hard shell. We're talking no butter.
You rip
We're
it apart
talking
the same
raw
way.
hard shell uncrustable crab.
You pull it off. You scoop out the little feathery ass lungs. You eat the insides, and then you rip his little claws apart.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the same process as eating a lobster, except it's covered in Old Bay.
Except eating lobsters is like weird because it's like lobsters are immortal unless you kill them.
That's true.
Right.
So it seems more fucked up to eat the lobster.
Yeah, they are immortal, but they are not unkillable. Yeah.
Okay, so you do take it apart. Like I've eaten crab before.
Yeah, you take it apart.
I just never eaten the Baltimore way.
Yeah, you take it apart unless
you steam them, you cover them in Old Bay, and then you rip them to shreds with your hands and you eat them inside.
Yes.
But the Old Bay is on the crust.
Yeah, but
it's on the crab. Yeah.
It like soaks in because you put it there when you cook it, so it absorbs.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are quaking. Are you good?
Next time you and Summers come to Maryland, we'll get crabs.
Love crabs. Crabs are good.
Potentially.
It's really fucking good.
I believe you. I love crab. Actually, I don't think Summers likes crab.
He might like these crab.
If you serve him an Uncrustable, he'll eat it.
It's not. I don't know where the soft shell crab is closer to an Uncrustable.
I was gonna say a soft shell crab is kind of like an Uncrustable because that is you cook the whole crab whole as it is, and then you eat it. Everything, eyes, insides, all of it. You just eat it. Usually on a sandwich. Yeah. That's how I
just like
to eat them.
Cooked white bread. Full Uncrustable crab and then cooked white bread.
Yeah.
Is this the Maryland version of a buddy?
No, we don't.
A crab buddy.
Maryland does not claim soft shell crabs.
Yes, they do, Will, because I used to eat them at the boatyard, which was in Maryland.
We have them. They're not a Maryland thing.
A Maryland crab buddy is what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
Okay, so Raph, I love about you. I love it when you get a visual in your head. That's it.
So wait, it's an Uncrustable?
Uncrustable? Nothing else has been. That's just what it is.
I do not hear anything else.
You don't think the crabs look like little Uncrustables?
They don't look like Uncrustables. They look like crabs.
Yeah, the soft shell crab is kind of like an Uncrustable, but that's not a Maryland thing.
Yes, it is.
It's not. We have them, but it's not a Maryland thing.
Anyway, let's go kill Ryan.
You can get soft shell crab literally anywhere.
What are we doing?
That's a great question.
So we are asking Max what he wants to do.
Okay.
We have a list of things we have to do. Do you want to take off a big series of those things on the list by just telling Simon where Hunter is? Because that's the only way. That's the only way we're going to do the rest of this quick.
Okay. I want to be honest, transparent about all of this. So if you think that is the best course of action, then I will try. I don't know how to get in contact with him, but I can try.
Have you tried dreaming?
That one actually sacrificed himself, so that one is no longer an option.
I'm sorry?
I feel like you just said something crazy in such a normal tone that I didn't quite register. What did you say?
The Simon that was in my head sacrificed himself while we were in Ohio, and I had to save little me, who was the mayor of the town. And there was a bird that would talk to me, and his name was Bird Guy. And he was dead.
But he was actually your brain spider.
But he was my brain spider.
Point of order, does this mean that Hunter and Kelly are the only two who still have their spiders?
I still have my spider, right? Or did he straight up die?
That's a
I thought he was just
good
weak.
question. No, I think he was just weak. Yeah.
I think he was just fragile.
Okay.
One way up.
Yeah, because I know Wayne gave up his to Mirrodin to study.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, rude.
Yeah.
I don't have one.
Do you want one?
Do you?
No.
There's an extra.
It lets
Just
you
in a jar.
it lets you disguise yourself and read people's thoughts.
Oh shit! I should have done. God damn. All right. Well, I was like, how can I disguise myself as somebody? That doesn't help. Okay. Okay. I will try to contact him and tell him where Hunter is. I've already warned the Raven Queen, so.
Did you warn the Raven Queen in a protect the soul kind of way, or in a give him the soul kind of way?
The words
I'll go talk to her, and then I'll try to talk to Simon.
The words you said was
He's coming.
you
was
were
a threat.
looking for Hunter's soul and be careful.
It was a threat. It was
Yeah.
absolutely
It was
warning
absolutely-
of danger.
Yeah.
It was
This would go a
absolutely
lot- this would go a lot faster if you told her to give him Hunter's soul.
All right. So hold on. Let me make a list.
I
So
thought you already
you're-
made a list.
This is my list.
This
So-
is a new list. Got
So
it.
you're going to go talk to your Danan ancestor, and I'm gonna go talk to mine.
Okay. Yes.
Hours, if it makes you feel any better.
It does, but it also I'm not happy about what she's done.
Yeah. I've got some notes. Are we? We can at
I
least
guess-
do that now,
I
yeah?
guess this goes back to Lindsay's question if we're splitting up.
Hey, Lindsay,
Yes.
why don't you go with Munter?
I'm not really going anywhere though.
Okay, then why don't you stay with Munter?
We just don't want anybody to be by themselves right now.
Or we can all go together if you're not actually leaving, Max.
I need somewhere to contact the Raven Queen and then somehow contact Simon.
Okay, for someone who is in such a rush, you are taking an awful lot of time to get to the point.
Then I'll keep Lindsay.
I'll stay with Max/Hunter.
Munter.
Munter.
Please.
It sounds weird when you say that.
And Kira and Kelly are going to go talk to Dion.
Correct.
Sounds good. So
Mirrodin's gonna continue to have this little breakdown and pack his little bags for our little trip.
it's true. He is going to do both those things.
Do you want Avalon to stay with you while you have your little breakdown?
No. I'll be fine. I just need a bit to pull myself back together.
Mm.
It's been a long time since I thought about that period of my life. What was that, Q? What was that?
He's fighting the demons.
I don't know why you keep asking me that.
Because you keep saying things that I kind of hear in the microphone.
The demons.
I started to say, but did not finish. It's been so.
Yes.
So.
Join in.
Yeah, well, I was trying to keep the demons at bay, like Julia said. And
Let them out. You got to let those demons out, or they'll build up inside you.
Okay.
That sounds great. Munter, where are you going to contact the Raven Queen?
Or
Or are you starting with Simon?
No, starting with the Raven Queen.
Okay.
For sure. I think because there's not really a like temple to her or anything.
There most certainly is not. No, they are not worshipped.
No. So I guess he'll go to the like closest woods, like a dark area where the crows can or the ravens can kind of like accumulate, and then I guess I can try to do like commune with her.
Yeah, there was kind of that wooded area out by Leon's house.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Nice. Okay. And Lindsay, you're going along.
I am.
Nice. Cool.
If you're wondering what they're saying, it's murder.
As in describing themselves, or as in they want to commit that?
Okay. Max really doesn't ask, does he?
It doesn't really seem to matter.
The utter silence of that is wild.
Max, you find a nice little glade.
Cute.
You sit down.
Cottagecore era.
Yeah, where you stand, it's up to you. But the birds do gather in the branches over your head. You're trying to contact the Raven Queen directly.
Yeah, I gotta speak to her fast.
So I think you're gonna have to roll Arcana.
Arcana?
Yeah.
What about the religion? Actually, wait, before I say that, let me see where we're at. I think they're both bad. Oh, they're both the same. They're both the same, and it is -1.
Never mind. But you do have 4 advantage in the pool. You have 4 inspiration that you could call upon, so.
Thanks. Do y'all think I should?
Well, you can roll first and then spend it.
Okay. I'll use the hunter die for this one. I'll go ahead and use one of them.
Okay.
One of them.
We love to see it.
Because that was your 5. Because that was a 5.
Sure was.
Come on, babe. That was an 8. Is it 8?
That was an 8?
Yeah.
You got 3 more.
No, I'm not gonna take those from everybody else.
Okay. All right.
Wait, can I offer the help action?
How would you be helping in this situation?
I mean, I have done a lot of magical study, and so I have the book learning. Max has whatever he's doing.
Sure, yeah.
Sitting in the certain.
Yeah, I think you could maybe help with some traditional types of things. Lindsay, maybe drawing some circles, some runes, that kind of thing into the grass. So yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay. I'm using the Kelly one. I don't have a Lindsay one. I should get one.
I wouldn't worry about it at this point.
Okay.
I don't like that sentence.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm hoping that's a nice thing because you're saying that Lindsay's going to get to live with Tamberly and be nice and happy while we have Hunter back. That's what I'm taking. Sure. That's what I'm taking from it, because if it's not, I'm going to be real mad that you keep doing things to the NPCs I create.
That's a takeaway. I made Alec. You didn't make Alec. Anyway, Raph, what'd you get?
Yeah, Lindsay's fucking distracting, man. With his fucking runes in his stick. I got a 3.
Okay.
So an 8 is high as I have.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, an 8 is not great. I think you kind of like extend your senses. You make eye contact with one of the ravens that's looking directly at you, and you kind of feel yourself like sinking into its eyes. Its eyes are these like dark pools. And as you are pulled in, you kind of feel yourself surrounded by darkness in a similar place, or maybe the exact same place where you've spoken to the Raven Queen before. The same place that you spoke to the Raven Queen in Barrow, right before you gave her control of your body. Or rather, she offered you her power. But it feels empty in this moment. It feels like you can't quite make contact. You feel alone in this space.
Fuck. If you can hear me, when he comes, just give him the soul. Don't try to fight him.
Your words kind of echo off of the dark around you.
Yeah, that's all I can do. So I don't have any sort of like special spells. I do have there's nothing really.
Back in the real world.
Yeah.
Back in Aloran, anyway. Lindsay, as you were drawing runes on the ground to try to help Max, all of a sudden, you feel a couple of strong hands land on your shoulders. And you hear the voice of your father as he says, "Hello, son. I think we should talk." And Max, as you come back to your senses, still in that glade, still looking up at the birds, Lindsay is nowhere to be seen.
Are you fucking kidding me right now, dog?
And that's where we're going to end this episode of Class Reunion.
Literally have too many things to do. You need to slow the fuck down.
How dare you, actually.
Like, unironically, you need to slow the fuck down. And also...
okay. Above the table, JD said that he wasn't going to be here next session.
Yes, I know that, but you didn't have to...
Right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta go
at some point.
I'm not actively trying to give you more things to deal with. This is just a way to explain JD not being here next week.
When you said it the glade over by Tamberley's house, I thought that meant, so then we can just let Lindsay stay with Tamberley and it can be a nice time. But no, you have to have him be abducted by his fucking father. Stop it. Get some help.
There's no way Mance was going to take that lying down.
No,
absolutely not. That's why you didn't want to leave him alone, but you did.
Sadly.
Well, you say that like we're not going to go find him, so like you're just setting yourself up for more delays.
I'm going to fuck Mance up.
God.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
How alike do Lindsay and Mance look?
I don't think very.
I mean,
we should give Lindsay the spider, Mance, and then disguise yourself as your papa and replace his ass.
That's a thought.
Ripley style.
Given that we've cast, oh God, what's his name? Schitt's Creek. What's the actor's name?
Which one?
The father, Eugene Levy?
No, the one that's Lindsay, the one that is 100% unequivocally Lindsay.
So Dan.
Yeah, Dan.
Yeah, Dan Levy.
David,
So then
yeah.
Mansard Dane must be played by Eugene Levy.
Obviously.
Oh,
Obviously.
of
I feel like
course.
that is such an insult to Eugene, though. Like,
Yes,
that
it
is
is.
so unfair.
Yeah.
Especially because we described this man as being rancid, and
We did,
Eugene
yeah.
does
He
not
did
deserve
the Baron
that.
No,
Harkonnen
he
shit the
doesn't.
first
Yeah.
episode he was here.
100%.
So like,
Yes. He's in his Denethor eating tomatoes with his bare hands era. 100%.
Nasty.
One of the worst things you've ever said.
We all know this scene. You've seen it. You've seen Lord of the Rings. Anyway, that's going to do it for us here at Class Reunion today. You can catch us in 2 weeks, most of us. JD will not be with us. But normal good things will be happening to Lindsay. Just a quick family reunion. And then, yeah. But we'll go around, we'll talk about what people have going on, and then we'll find somebody to raid. And we'll call it there. So, JD, if you don't mind kicking us off.
Sure. Today I have been Lindsay, formerly Ardane, and everything has been nice and normal, and he's having a great time. I'm sure when I return, nothing bad will be happening or have happened, much like when I was gone the last time, and Hunter ended up endlessly dying over and over again. So, I'm sure this will be equally as good for all of us. I have a handful of things coming up, not as much as usual, because I will have a little vacation coming up, but on Monday I will be with High Shelf Collective for a one-shot of Royal Blood, a heist game where we try to stab each other in the back as much as we can, in addition to completing the heist. I will then be with Lost Caravan on Wednesday for Nova, our Cypher System campaign, where everyone is being heartbreaking and destroying one another, and sometimes we fight things when we are not fighting each other. On Thursday, I will be here for my second heist of the week for Never Ember's Enigma, where I play Riv, a changeling rogue who has never done anything wrong ever in their life. Saturday, I will be with Entropy Emporium for Blooming in the Rot, our Invisible Sun campaign, where I play a little guy who's filled with demons, and it's fine and normal, and they do not want to let them out. Those are their friends. And then I will be back here for Academy H that Sunday, where I play Casimir Bright, who does bone magic and is doing so fine and having such normal times, and good things happen to him. And then I think last but not least, I have to do math in my head because I don't have August up yet, but that following Tuesday, I will be back with Entropy Emporium to run They Call Us Villains, which is a horror masks game and is very good and not at all heartbreaking, and Q doesn't make me cry almost every session. I run it and I'm crying, so it's fine.
I saw fan art. I saw They Call Us Villains fan art exists now.
We did just get fan art. We got fan art of the throuple that may or may not be developing, and it is perfect. And that is all I will have, because as of that Wednesday, I will be on a mini vacation / hiatus and will not be back until the following week.
Hell yeah.
What is with masks and thruples, man?
which hold on, what throuple are you thinking is occurring in the other Masks game?
Well, there's the other Masks game as well, the one that the unstreamed friend game. That,
okay.
But there's also not a canon throuple in that.
I mean, there's not a canon throuple and They Call Us Villains either.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
It's a fanfic throuple.
Right. Fan throuple in the UK.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Q.
Oh, hi, it's me. Hi, I'm Q. Today, it's fully middle of the day. Hey, I played Kira. When you're not seeing here, you can find me everywhere at Midnight Inc. That's Midnight_INQ. Q is my name. I'm sure you get it. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. I keep making cowboys. We're only doing what's next because I got way too much going on. I'm tired of doing it. You can find me tomorrow over at RPGs Uncovered. We're continuing the Starcry conflict where you can see one of my cowboys. He just got married and it's cute. And then this next Tuesday is Nephilim Tenebris, where I'm playing my other cowboy. This is my cowboy weekend. It's pretty good. Yeah, I'm very excited about him. His whole life just sort of shifted. About Cassidy, sorry, his whole life view shifted because it's going to be a time for sure.
It's going to be a great time. Things are happening.
Great, yeah, it sure is.
I can't wait. Julia.
Hello, I have been Kelly Violet here. Normally, on Thursday, I would also be with JD for Never Ember's Enigma, but I am going to be in the mountains, so Lavinia Hale is going to be dealing with the bureaucratic fallout of the heist off screen, doing stuff, because remember, ACAB does include Lavinia Hale. And then I will be back that Sunday to play Lyra Kroll in Academy H, where I'm sure everything will be fine and dandy post therapy, because therapy always leads to great breakthroughs and things like that. You can find me at Hexlet on all social media. I am not doing anything with any other channels because, as I have said before, I live here, I die here.
Some people have fewer conditions than they did before the therapy episode. Some people. Raph.
Hello, my name is Raph, and you can find me in 2 weeks here again. And also last week I was here for the finale of Secrets and Shadows, aka we've changed it multiple times. I don't remember the other ones we've made. But yeah, last week was the finale of the best table, so you can go watch that. It was good. It was fun. And then I'll be back again 2 weeks. The end.
Okay, so the end. All right.
That's all I gotta say. I mean, I can keep going.
That's up to you.
Let's go back to the Uncrustables.
Okay, you're done.
You're done.
You're done. Hello, hi, my name is Will. I ran this game and I run a bunch of other things here on the channel, including Nephilim Tenebris. I'll be back for that on Tuesday, running that game where things are happening. You heard it here first. And then on Thursday, it's God Complex, the game that I run over at Entropy Emporium. We should be back this coming Thursday about piloting the corpses of dead gods as mechs in the far off future. I think that's pretty much it for now. Academy H will be back recording some new stuff. The episode that is being edited right now is kind of a bear. Things are bad in that episode. And by things being bad, I mean audio, but that's not anybody's fault. So we're working on it. We're powering through. It's just taking a little bit more work. And by a little bit, I mean a lot of it. More work. Also, the finale, the true finale, some might say, of a season of Secrets and Shadows, or a season of Three Crits and Shadows, as a lot of people are saying. A lot of people are calling it. He's coming up in September.
Correct.
Yep. Some scheduling conflicts, but it'll be worth the wait. I promise. Gosh, is that everything? Oh, this coming Saturday, next Saturday, 1 week from today, the 3rd, I'll be running a game of, I think it's going to be Dungeon by J Dragon here on the channel, around 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as part of the, oh gosh, what is it called? There's a fundraiser for Palestine, and I'm blanking on the name of the whole thing, but it's going to be a whole weekend of games being streamed. and it's going to be Rolling Seaward. It is called. It's going to be a whole weekend of games raising money for medical aid for Palestinians. We will be streaming. We'll be co-streaming with a bunch of other channels and people who are taking part of it on the 3rd of August around 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be a lot of fun. Still putting the cast together for that, but it's going to be a really good table. I can promise you that. I think that is pretty much everything that I have to talk about. So we're going to disappear in just a second. There are social links in the chat. If you are not following us and you want to, there's a Discord link in the chat if you want to join it. It's a great place full of great people. We would love to have you be a part of it. It's also where all of the Frodo pictures are getting posted, in addition to the Pepita photos and the Ichabod photos and the Sid and Nancy photos. Q, not sure Q has a cat. Q never posts any pictures. But
wow.
We hear her though.
Wow.
Right. And she was just on screen earlier today. So
she literally was.
I've
she
seen
literally
two glowing
was.
eyes lurking in the darkness behind you. But
her tail was a swishing earlier today.
Look at that. Look at that.
She's not
Look
in
at that
here.
loaf.
But yes,
How convenient. Convenient she's not in there.
No, my demon does exist, and I'll thank you very much to remember her name is Freya.
Freya, yes. Oh no.
Baby.
She's not ready for her close-up.
She's not.
Just staring off into the void.
Oh, she shifted.
Let her dissociate in peace.
She moved.
Nanny.
Wow, look at her.
That
She's
face.
sleepy.
Look at her. She's slow blinking though. She loves you.
You know what? You know what's cruel? She slow blinks at me, and then as soon as I go to slow blink at her, when I open my eyes, she's away. She's looking away. She's walked away. She doesn't want anything to do with it.
No,
All
but she
right.
wants you to know. She's just not great at accepting it.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
okay.
She has a lot of love to give.
It's a mood.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
sure is. Anyway, that's gonna do it for us here. We're gonna raid Girls Run These Worlds. That is gonna do it for us here. Say good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good night,
everybody.
everybody.
Good night.
Even though it's like